So we just got to jump right into this because the Journey news has been absolutely wild today, with Neal Schon saying that Jonathan Cain has quit Journey, only for Jonathan Cain to then issue a statement saying that that is not the case. So I want to break down all of the Journey stuff from the last couple of weeks up until now. All of it ties in together. As per usual with Journey, if you follow the band, you know there is always just so much drama, so much dysfunction from various members of the band, including Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain. A lot of issues between those two, including a legal battle of overspending money and things like that. I did a whole video on this back in like 2023. I'll put a link to that down below. But literally like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago at the time of filming this, Neal Schon was on Eddie Trunk's show on Sirius XM, where he spoke about the future of Journey and his relationship with Jonathan Cain. And at that time, it was all really positive. Here's what Neal said on Eddie Trunk's show.
Everything is cool. You know, we decided to take a year off, of which we did. Gives everybody some time to think, you know, about everything that's going on. And, you know, I've had some great conversations with Jonathan lately and some great meetings with him for the first time in many years. And we seem to be on the same page, which is, you know, a good sign for me. And, you know, I think that it's going to be a fun, happy tour. And, you know, not just me standing on one side of the stage and John on the other and the rest of the guys, you know, I think we're going to really come together this time.
So again, that was very recent. I believe that interview was conducted on September 30th. But then earlier today, Friday, October 10th, Neal Schon made a post on X that Jonathan Cain was out of Journey. Here's what Neal wrote. Jonathan Cain announced his farewell to Journey tonight. I am nowhere near done. Journey has so much more life ahead. I'm sure we will have a great tour. So given what Neal had just said on Eddie Trunk a couple of weeks ago, that of course came as quite a shock to fans, and understandably so. And needless to say, many fans responded to Neal's post with all sorts of comments and questions, things like that. And Neal has actually responded to a handful of them, including again confirming that he just told Eddie Trunk that all was good between himself and Jonathan. Another person naming everyone that's been out of Journey over the years, with Neal responding to that one, saying that Jonathan wants to do his ministry, referring to Jonathan's solo career as a Christian musician and his ministry efforts, things like that. And another fan saying that this opens up the door for some Journey tribute bands to really shine and keep that classic sound alive, with Neal saying that he will keep the legacy going with new music as well. And one where someone asked who Jonathan's replacement will be, and Neal clarified, despite everything else he said, suggesting that Jonathan is out of the band immediately, but Neal clarified that Jonathan will actually be playing on Journey's tour next year and into 2027 before he moves on. It probably would have been wise to disclose that information right from the get-go. And then also in that thread, Neal shared a clip that I'll play in a second from an interview that Jonathan Cain just recently did with the Strang Report, where he briefly addresses his future with Journey.
I'm coming with an EP at the end of the year, and then of course we go on the Journey tour in 2026 on our farewell Journey tour. So I'll be saying goodbye to that. And, you know, I'll probably move into ministry and worship, and I feel a calling there.
So that video was posted on October 2nd, so about a week ago. Clearly, there are some real communication issues here between Neal and Jonathan, it would seem. Honestly, I don't even know why Neal made that initial post to begin with. I mean, it just seems 100% unnecessary. And as far as Jonathan himself goes, oddly enough, he did post on social media after Neal made the announcement that he quit the band, but it was totally unrelated to Journey. He was promoting his new solo song about Charlie Kirk, but a spokesperson for him did issue a statement to Blabbermouth, which says, Jonathan Cain remains an active member of Journey, and any reports suggesting otherwise are inaccurate. He is fully dedicated to touring with the band over the next couple of years and has only expressed plans to retire at a later time. So that is the whole saga for that as of now, although although you never know with Journey. Luckily, there are no lineup changes for now, but that could change literally any time. We almost could have had a singer change last year, if you remember. Arnel Pineda was having some sort of issue. He was asking fans if he should stay in the band or not. He is still in Journey. He's been in the band now for quite a while. And also, while we're on the singer subject, to circle back to that Eddie Trunk interview, Neil was also asked if he had any sort of dialogue with Steve Perry. Neil said that he reached out somewhat recently. He never heard back, but then Neil noted, "You can't keep chasing something that's just not interested in correlating with you." So that is the latest with what is going on with Journey right now. Again, always some sort of saga, a ton of dysfunction, something always happening with Journey, it seems. I still think any reporting from anyone on this could have been totally avoided had Neil not made that post. I mean, there really was just no reason to do so. And if you are, why not just say from the beginning that Jonathan will still be performing with Journey for the foreseeable future, instead of misleading everyone into thinking that he was quitting effective immediately? I mean, it really just, it makes no sense at all to me. I don't know. But here we are. It happened. Nothing is apparently changing with Journey, at least for the time being. And I guess there will be some touring in 2026, along with some new music at some point. There will probably also be some more dysfunction in between now and then, I am sure. But until then, that is all that I got for you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time.